So I think one of the things that can be very helpful, and there are never guarantees, but it can be very helpful to have a sense of what this death might look like, and that's information that you can glean either from a palliative care team or from the medical providers. You also might make decisions that you're going to do it at home, but your other children are not going to be in the room at the time. Again, you want to think about how old the children are. Are these things you can talk? If the children are older, they might have some feelings and thoughts about whether they want to be there. They want to be in the house, but they don't actually want to be in the room. What would happen if they were at school? Do they want to be contacted at school and brought home? Do they want to actually stay at home? You want to see, are there other people in your community or other relatives who can be there to care for the other children, to either take them out or to be in the home but in another room?
I try not to tell Jake too much. He is a child. But I also don't want this to blindside him. I want him to be prepared. So I've asked him very specifically, if Brooke passes when you're in school, do you want someone to come get you? And he said yes. And who do you want that to be? And he said, I want it to be my dad. And I said, do you want to come to the house and do you want to see her? And he said yes, but only for a minute. And I said, where do you want to go after that? Do you want to stay at your grandparents' house, or do you want to stay at your dad's house or a friend's house? So I've made sure that I have that all lined up for him, as well, because that's equally as important, I think that he's more at ease, not knowing, he doesn't look at this as like the unknown, he's prepared as best as he can be. I mean, no one can really be prepared for this. I've never lost a child. He's never lost a sibling. My parents have never lost a grandchild. But, we're as prepared as we can be. And, through that, I think that he's gained, a little bit of comfort, along the way. So,
I mean, some of these decisions are the same whether it's at home or it's at the hospital. At home, it's a familiar environment. And often there are other rooms that are equally familiar that the other children can go to if they decide they don't want to actually be in the room where the child is dying. In the hospital, there may be other places, but it's not the same as their home. So some of the decisions about who's going to be there, who's going to be with them, do you have other people there for the other children, are the same in either place. So it's much more about the experience of where do you want to be and how many other people, what kind of environment do you want when your child dies?